Yo, 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 what is up? Welcome, Culture and Cannabis Podcast. What's going on, guys? This is episode number 22, JC.
Deuce, baby.
Deuce. How we doing today?
I'm doing great.
I've been with my partner, my guy, JC Coates. How we doing?
Everything's good, Tony.
Great. Who we got today?
We have a special guest today. Celia Sievertson is in the building today. She represents, the beginning medical days here in the country. She's from Seattle, Washington, which is the first market to legalize cannabis. She has how long have you been a patient? For a long time.
I've been a patient for 52 years.
Of cannabis, yeah.
No, I've been a patient, but I've only been treating my condition with cannabis since 2013.
And we're talking about epilepsy, right? And
I have epilepsy, yes.
And so today it's an honor to have you here. We're kind of going to talk about some things of for the medical patients and how cannabis can help different ailments and how it's helped our guest Cecilia here with epilepsy, and it's helped you stop your seizures. It's kind of helped you.
It's helping me with the withdrawals, which is the most important part. Getting off of the pharmaceuticals that are prescribed for epilepsy is one of the most difficult things there is to do, because you have to make sure that you have enough CBD or THC mixture in your system when you're reducing off the pharmaceuticals, because your brain can go into seizure and kill you. So I'm very thankful that I have these products now.
Nice. And we're talking about epilepsy, right? And it affects millions of people. And so let's talk about the disease at its core. How does it really affect you? And what's the kind of the definition of epilepsy?
I think I'm blessed, because there are so many patients who have epilepsy that can't even get up and go outside every day because their seizures are so bad. I have seizures occasionally if I'm able to keep my sleep habits normal, if I eat properly, if I keep my stress level down, and I have enough CBD every morning and every night, I don't have any seizures. So you really have to pay attention to what goes in your body.
Mm-hmm. And so what are they? So when you get diagnosed with epilepsy, some of the main things that ailments that come along with is seizures, like you mentioned, right? And so they prescribe medication for that. So what does that look like? What do they generally give somebody with epilepsy?
I've taken 15 different pharmaceutical drugs for epilepsy since I was 12. Things like phenobarbital, Dilantin, Tegretol, topiramate, and Lamictal are the last ones. And they go on and on, but they basically are all the same makeup because they all have the same side effects. They start out with suicidal tendencies, anxiety, depression, arthritis, liver disease, kidney disease. I actually contracted aseptic meningitis in 2016, which is one of the symptoms of phylomotrogen.
Wow. It's rough, yeah. So it sounds crazy, and I think the driving force with cannabis, right? It's the patients, right, and the health and wellness movement of it, and so had you been using cannabis your entire life? When did you get into a place where you saw cannabis as a medicine and possibly something in lieu of the medication that the doctors were giving you?
A lot of people use cannabis off and on when they're growing up in high school, college, whatever. So that was kind of what my life was like. I wasn't using cannabis when I started my business in 2013. I didn't even know that it was legal in Washington at that time, which it was. There was a medical marijuana program, and I didn't even know about it. But I continued getting sicker and sicker, and people that would come into my office just started making comments and told me I should try this for my seizures, and I did, and it worked. It was that simple.
Wow. So what did you use the first time?
I started with brownies and Rice Krispies, and very quickly after that, I walked into my warehouse in my print shop and saw soda labels printing, and thought that would be so much better and so much faster to get the medicine in your system. And it does work the best for me. I can put 50 milligrams of medicine in a soda and drink it, and in about 15 minutes I feel perfectly fine.
Wow. That's great.
So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Alabama. I moved to Seattle in 1989.
And so obviously, you know, growing up in Alabama, it probably was a little bit more conservative down there, especially towards cannabis. Mm-hmm. Did you have any pushback from your family when you first started using it?
I had a lot of pushback. My mom thought I was some druggy stoner, and she just couldn't understand the whole thing. But my mother is diabetic, and I took her some CBD capsules to take for her diabetes. And she's also a retired registered nurse. She checks her sugar every day, and it was running between 200 and 300. And as soon as she started taking the CBD, it dropped down to 97. So now my mother is a believer. When it works for you, you have to believe.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
So let's talk about the early medical days in Washington versus kind of like, you know, I see you're back and forth in Nevada. So let's compare the two. What was it like when you first, you know, became a patient, and what
medical
was the
days in Seattle was very similar to what Las Vegas is like right now. Then once the 502 market came in, and Big Pharma, the bigger investors, whoever came in, started taking over the grows and the processing, and now it's very corporate in Washington.
And so did you see, you know, a shift in the way that the medical program kind of played out?
They kind of pushed the medical program out altogether. The recreational market in Washington, it has no concern for the medical patients as far as I'm concerned, because I had a recreational license in Washington State, and I should still have it. Let's just not get into the terrible details. It's ridiculous. But it's corporate. They care about the money in Washington, and they don't really make an effort to do anything. They've collected hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes that they've put into the general fund, and they could have used to help the addicts that are on the street. Seattle's addicts on downtown streets are so bad, I don't even go downtown to shop anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's crazy out there.
Yeah, I mean, corporate, you know, definitely cannabis is getting corporatized, and you can see that, you know, it's starting to trickle in here in Nevada. You know, you become a patient, just kind of back it up a little bit here. So you become a patient back in 2013, and you say you're running a printing business at that time, and then something happened to you in 2015, and
I had a brain trauma. Yes. I was coming off of the medication, the pharmaceuticals, and I was using my sodas to replace it. When medical stopped, I wasn't allowed to produce my sodas anymore, and I believe that's what caused the trauma, because I have no memory of it exactly. I don't, you know, leading up to it, I can't say that for certain, but it just appears that way to me. And
then moving forward, now you've started a new company.
Same company,
but you're now producing CBD.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
We have capsules, tinctures, CBD patches for children who can't take medicine. We're getting ready to launch our sodas again. We're also going to be doing a CBD water. I have some people that we're licensing the brand to that's also going to be doing the THC sodas again. So all of our products are ready to come back online very soon.
What kind of flavors do you have?
Orange cream, blue cream, honey lime ginger, citrus, root beer, sugar-free root beer, orange, strawberry, grape, and cola.
Nice. And you're selling right now all in Washington?
Washington.
Yeah. And then you're doing some online sales as well, or?
We're getting our online sales ready to go right now.
Nice. Yes. Nice. And where are you, everything's being produced out of Washington as well?
No. My CBD products are coming from a hemp farm in Kentucky that is involved in a hemp pilot program to get their medicine approved for FDA approval. And that's where all of my CBD products come from. The only products that we have currently for Washington is the sodas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. That's great. So you got a bunch of pens on over there. What's going on? So number 9, women in weed.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Seattle has a social organization called Women of Weed. Mm-hmm. There were 9 of us in the beginning. I was number 9. All Warner of Cannabis Basic and Sean Dene of Washington Bud are the two women who founded the Women of Weed. And then there are others there, but then the original 9 started bringing people in, other people who work in the cannabis industry or are activists, and just do what we do,
Nice.
Trying to educate the public on this plant that has kind of we've been lied to about for so long.
Yeah, we have. And, hopefully some of the truth is coming out a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially with stories like yours.
Here's the thing, this is what just got me kind of scratching my head here, with the epilepsy and the struggle, right? I can't imagine, having to deal with the seizures and stuff. It sounds really scary, right? But through all this, you somehow find, come up with the ambition and the drive and the purpose to create your own brand, right? We're talking about Nana's Secret, the sodas. Let's talk about that. How do you figure out the gumption to, go from, somebody that's, suffering from epilepsy to, a person that wants to be an entrepreneur in the cannabis space?
Well, a lot of people are entrepreneurs because they want to be. That's just the thing. I am an entrepreneur in the cannabis industry because I need this medicine to stay alive. And the only way I could see of doing that was by creating my own.
Nice. Nana's Secret. Have you tried it?
No, I have not.
Yeah, we have some CBD at home, and man, the flavors, it's really tasty. Really
I have
tasty.
the best tasting tinctures, CBD tinctures on the market. I have an orange soda flavor, and I have an orange creamsicle flavor.
Really, and those are all being sold in dispensaries in Washington State.
Those are not being sold in Washington State yet. Those are being produced for us in Kentucky, and we're getting ready to put them on our website.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, so for anybody that, kind of is in the similar situation as you're, of what's happened, do you have any like words of advice for them in the sense of, looking to start their own business or get into the cannabis industry?
Do your own research. Just whatever you're, wanting to do, whatever your goals are, your vision that you can see, just do your own research and find the most qualified people to help you learn how to delegate tasks out. I had to do that when I got sick. I couldn't do everything myself anymore, and I had to start looking around to see who was the most qualified to help me get this job done. And that's the biggest lesson I had to learn was don't just let someone say, here, do this for me, because they won't do just what you need to have done. They'll do it their way. So you really have to pay attention to your business, what you're doing, who you're working with. Pray a lot.
Prayers.
Nice. Yeah. Gee, I know you're on that hype.
Oh, yeah, I said my prayers this morning.
Yeah, yes, you do. Every day.
I prayed for you, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If I prayed, I would pray for you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
If you were around me very many days and saw the miracle things that happen around me every day, you'd be praying too.
Yeah, potentially.
So your MJ Biz is
Oh
here.
yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah,
that's why you're in town in Las Vegas.
Yes.
How's that going for you?
It's been going since I got to the airport in Seattle, one thing right after the other, one person right after the other. I've had people contacting me about cannabis research. I've had people contacting me about gentleman JC and I spoke with yesterday called from a hemp extract company that manufactures CBD around the world, and they would like to fly us out to look at their facilities and possibly represent their products as well. So a lot of exciting things happening in Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, definitely. So this is your first year at MJ Biz?
Third
year. Tell some of our listeners and viewers right now, like what that looks like. What's MJ BizCon like for you?
MJ BizCon, last year actually is where I got my patch, the Nana CBD patch that I do. It's produced for me by a company out of Maine, and they found me there last year. I love the conferences because you can see what everyone is doing, and it changes. The cannabis industry changes so quickly. being able to go to these different events and keeping up with all the new products, all the new faces, all the new visions and dreams. It's really important if you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of people get pushed out.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah. I mean, people getting pushed out of the cannabis game, and I mean, it's such a conundrum, right? People getting pushed out, the social equity stuff, the people that are still in prison, right? And the people are making a lot of money. It's such a weird kind of thing going on. But yeah, MJ Biz is here. The city's bustling.
How's your MJ Biz so far, JC?
My MJ Biz has been pretty good.
You had a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, last night where were we at? We were at the Palms.
Palms Place.
Palms Place. They're there for the Jack Herrera.
I think it was the edibles.com magazine party.
It was
sponsored by Cannovative and Jack
I got
Herrera.
a brownie there last night that was awesome. I ate it just before we left, and by the time I got home, I had to go to bed.
That's great.
That was the purpose.
Got a good edible at the edibles party.
And like if you guys don't know, the listeners, right? So we're talking about Palms Place, and it's a suite, but it's not just any kind of suite. So there's like a full-on bar. There's a full balcony. It's on like I think the 56th floor. 31st floor. And then there's food, and there's probably like there's a DJ there. And, there's probably like 300 people in there, and then but the smoking's all taking place outside.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but there was like probably too many people outside on the balcony.
You couldn't move.
You couldn't move.
You were standing there. Everybody was like shoulder to shoulder, but everybody had either a joint or a blunt or a can of gar, and they were all holding them over like this, just passing them around.
Because here's the thing, the vibe is still kind of like it's still exhilarating to get together, smoke weed,
it's definitely a vibe
together, right? In a kind of a public setting, right? And we're not all the way there with it being legal and the legal consumption and all that stuff. So when people can get together and celebrate the weed, it does create that cannabis vibe, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. And then it's gonna continue tonight, right? Like last night was just the appetizer. Tonight, it was the main dish. Yeah. So many different things going on tonight. So if you are looking to get into the cannabis industry, or you want to get figure out what's going on in it, this is a great night to go check it out. Go figure out what parties you can get into. Go to look on Eventbrite, Facebook, social media, do your research, see where the brands that you want to work with are going to be at. Go check those places out. That's those how you make the moves. So yeah, that's my little piece of advice for you guys today.
Yeah. Oh,
we're going there.
Yeah,
we're going. Yeah. We're all three of us are going to be there, right? And that's because we, that's where the movers and shakers are going to be. Obviously, it's a good time, but at the same time, you got to go there to, save face, talk with people, figure out what's going on, share ideas. So yeah, it's very important that if you're looking to get in the cannabis industry, that you're at the biggest cannabis convention in the world.
Yeah, MJ Biz is here. Cannabis is here.
Cannabis is here. And that's what's so crazy too. It's like funny because this is my third MJ BizCon, and 3 years ago it was like 8,000 people, 10,000 people. This year it's like 40,000 people. It's crazy. It's just getting bigger and better.
I would like to share something with you. We have Everything Medical Marijuana magazine kind of dropped into Nana's lap. The reason I want to share this with you, this is just one of the many things that has just literally dropped into my lap. This lady calls me up and tells me she wants me to come and have a chat with her, and I find out we're able to use her magazine in 460 Barnes & Noble stores to educate the people about the health benefits of cannabis. This is just excellent opportunity for anyone who wants to get in the cannabis industry. They can work with the magazine, just simply putting ads in the magazine.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, it's the opportunities are endless when it comes to cannabis.
They are endless. I'm seeing some of the most crazy products this week.
Oh yeah.
I saw a vape pen that had like so many things on it. Like you could stash your weed in it, you could vape it, you could dab it.
It was nuts.
Yeah, I think you could open a beer with it. It was crazy.
Open a beer with it, brush your teeth as well.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for Nana? So are you moving to Vegas? Are you...
I'm moving to Vegas. I'm licensing my brand. I'm allowing some management people to start producing my products to sell online, and I will be focusing more on the magazine and my foundation, Nana's Angel Network. Looking for board members for the foundation to help, make sure that the products that we produce at Nana's Secret help support those children that are connected to the foundation. That's the most important thing I feel like I'm doing right now.
Let's talk about it. So tell us about the foundation.
Well, we're renaming our foundation. We started out as the Cannabis Angel Network, and that went away somewhere when I was sick in the hospital. So we have to file again for Nana's Angel Network, but it's basically allowing people in the cannabis industry to provide either money or medicine for children with epilepsy, and have the children connected through the foundation and medical marijuana insurance company in Miami, Novus Medical Group. They have a patient portal in the U.S. and in Canada, and we're getting ready to send our products to them for them to post on their portals as well as on our own.
Nice.
That's really cool.
A lot of good going on in the cannabis world.
Yeah, I feel like obviously there's definitely some bad, but obviously some good.
It's a ton of good.
Yeah.
The Novus Medical Group, a lot of people, businesses, patients, whatever, have followed Nana's Secret from 2013, almost 7 years now. So I feel like we are definitely going in the right direction. They're going to help us get medicine to patients a lot quicker through the insurance company and the magazine and different sources that do follow us. So it's a good day for me.
Yeah, lots on the horizon.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so you're going to be in Nevada. Any other markets that you're looking to get into?
California, Colorado, Miami, Florida, and Texas.
Nice. Any plans to try to go back to Alabama, where you're from?
Yes, we're going. I'm already working on that. I just didn't say that. My sister has worked for dentists since she graduated high school, and 2 weeks ago they reduced her 5 days a week to 2 days a week, which nobody can live like that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain to her that God did this because it's time for her to come and work with me. So I think she will be doing that real soon.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Family business.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think we could probably wrap it up. Well, let's plug everything that you have going on. Where can they find you on social media?
NanasSecret.com. Follow the website, especially this week. There's going to be a lot going on. My Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I have a Twitter account, but I'm not on there very often. Mostly, I think you can find me on Instagram.
Nana's Secret. Nice.
At Nana's Secret. Cool.
At Nana's Secret. That's great. Yeah. I follow you on Instagram. It's always a good time. The energy's good. You're always out at events, advocating, doing different things. Listen, you have a beautiful story, of a medical patient doing really incredible things in this market for a long time, and it's an honor that you're here. So we appreciate you having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on.
I want you to know you don't have to be old and sick if you're old and sick. It's a mind thing, so you can choose to be old and sick, or you can choose to be having a good time.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's just a decision I had to make.
Yeah, and Nana's having a good time all the time.
I'm having a good time everywhere I go.
Yeah, I saw that last night. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
We're all having a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, dope. Episode number 22 in the books. Wrapped it up.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on. This is JC Coates. You can find him on Instagram at JC Coates. I'm Anthony Lee. You can find me at Fulltime Tony. Listen, people, we're nearing the end of the year. We got some really exciting stuff that we just wrapped up. We're not going to announce it yet, but stay tuned, over the next week or so. Probably some drops, maybe on Instagram, maybe some news announcing.
Yeah, major announcements.
Maybe a major announcement. I don't know. Just a little hint. If you're watching right now, you might see some cool shit next week. So be prepared.
Yeah. The 2020 culture and cannabis season is going to be insane, people. We're making some dope shit. Reno, we're coming. We're coming up north.
We're coming up north, people. So check it out. I'm very excited. Next week we'll have G and Evan on. So we'll see you guys then. Next week, I'm Anthony Lee. This is the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. Peace.
Awesome. Bye.